Hey guys, Sean Lentz here from Appalachian DIY, and today I'm going to show you guys how to set up the brand new Hobart Ironman 240. The very first thing we're going to do is hook up our ground clamp. So this end here has a rubber boot over it. Pass this through the front of the machine. And right here, this is going to be our negative terminal block. There's a 3/4 nut on here. Take that off. Orientation for this is this flat side down, not like this. Place that over. Nut on there. And then we're just going to snug this down. Nothing crazy, just so it holds it in place. Then we're going to take this boot and place it right over. The next step is to plug in our Mig Gun, and for this one there is a little wire connection right here. It's this there's 2 prongs in here. There's a 4-prong connection on here, and this plug plugs right in here to the front, and this section will get plugged into the same access that our ground clamp went into. Now be careful with this plug. It only goes in one way. The 2 prongs that we have here, they are going to go towards the left side here. Push them in, and then just screw this down. For our gun here, we have this recessed opening. This is where a ground clamp is going through. Then we're going to pass this through here. So we're going to pass the gun through this opening, up into this slot right here. This is your gun securement knob. So we'll spin this out a little bit. It's just a clamp. And make sure that this presses the entire way in and it's fully seated, because your gas is going to come through here and in through your gun. So if this right here is not fully seated, your gas is not going to properly flow. So make sure this is all the way in. And then we're just going to take our gun securement knob and just snug this down like that. While we're in here, we can go ahead and insert our wire spool. For this model, our wire just slips right on here and it feeds off of the top. Some of your smaller welders will be feeding off the bottom straight underneath here like this. For this one, it's kind of angled up here like this to accept the wire. So we're going to be feeding off the top down into here. We're just going to screw this back on to snug this in place. And then to get your tension, you don't want it to keep spooling off when you let go of the trigger of your gun. So to tension it up, you can adjust it with this right here. You want it snug enough where it's going to freely come off, but when you stop, this wheel does not keep spinning. So that looks pretty good there. You want it to freely spin, but you also want it to stop right away when you let go of the trigger. To switch your rollers around for your different diameter wires, just pull this thing off, twist this, and then these rollers come straight out like this. We are on 30 right now, which is what we are set up with, or you can just flip it right around like this, and now you have 35. You can see the 2 grooves that you have here. They're different sizes. So we are going to put it on to 30. So this is 35. This is 30. So that just slips on here like that and twists. And this one right here is the exact same. So what we can do now is we can go ahead and spool this thing up. We are on 30 for here. And we will back this thing off for a little bit until we get it set up. We have our wire right here. Make sure you keep a hold of this wire as you spool it out. And then I like to make a nice clean edge on here for when we spool this in. So make sure you don't let this go, or you're going to have a huge mess. So we're going to feed that right down into here. It's going to come out here. And then I like to take a screwdriver, because it usually never lines up quite right. Feed it down into this, into your gun feed. Put this back down. There we go. So now that wire is squeezed in between here. And we can go ahead and just run this right out. What I like to do is just straighten out my cord as much as possible. That way it doesn't kink up. And then we'll just run it. There we go. Once your wire has fed out of the gun, you can go ahead and take your tip. Screw it in like that, snug it down, and then go ahead and replace your nozzle. To adjust your spring tension, all you have to do is crank down on this right here. And I like to usually put mine around 2. And to get your correct tension, to test that, what you do is you get yourself a block and you put your gun here, and what you're going to do is you're just going to allow it to feed. You're looking for about a 2-inch circle, and you want it to be able to go ahead and spool around like this and without your drives slipping. So as long as you can push this around through like this without slipping, you're good to go. What you don't want is to have this come out and it be slipping on your drives right in here. If it's starting to slip, go ahead and just tension it down a little bit more until that stops. What you don't want is you don't want to crank this thing all the way down, because this is going to force feed this. And if you have any jam anywhere inside your gun, you're going to get this wire just pouring out of here and making a huge bird's nest in here. So you don't want to crank it all the way down. Just have it tight enough so you can make some good loops here on a block of wood, just like this. To hook up our gas on the back here, we have the included line. All we have to do is go ahead and attach this right in here. You don't need any type of tape or anything on this. This connection right here is going to press fit into the inside of our port right in here. So you don't need any tape or anything like that. So just make sure that you guys snug this down. For the opposite end of our line, we have a little bit of a clamp right here that we can go ahead and grab a hold of. And we can just move this more towards the top end. And then on our regulator, there is this little red nipple here, protector. We can just go ahead and take that off. And all we got to do now is insert the hose over our nipple. Make sure that is fully seated on there like that. That looks good. And then take our clamp and move it up here across our nipple. Just like so. So now we can go ahead and hook this thing up to our bottle. To install our bottle, we're just going to go ahead and put it on the cart. And then they have this nice little chain hooks here. You can feed that down through, and that just locks off. Feed it down through the other side. There we go. Now that thing is nice and secure. So we can move up here to put on our regulator. And again, this is a fitting that you do not need any kind of tape on it. Just snug it down like so. And I like to run mine right around 20 cubic feet. I think that works really well for me. Alright guys, that wraps up this video for this setup of the Hobart 240 Ironman. I got high hopes for this welder, so we'll see how it does. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you hit that like button and head over to Appalachian DIY for more videos. Thanks again guys, and I hope to see you next time.